Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off is much to be desired. Khutbah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
You claim Salafiyya, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding. The law named us Muslim, with that we stay content. No division is titles, ego's a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus that his beer is fueled by desires. Question, aren't y'all tired of divide and slaughter? May Allah grant us guidance. Shout out to the martyrs.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off is much to be desired. Khutbah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
You claim Salafiyya, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding. The law named us Muslim, with that we stay content. No division is titles, ego's a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus that his beer is fueled by desires. Question, aren't y'all tired of divide and slaughter? May Allah grant us guidance. Shout out to the martyrs.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious.
Alright,
Assalamu alaikum, ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast where we seek to cure the kufr infected by injecting the Islamic perspective. I am your host, Amoo Yum Yum, and with us as always is the Amoo you love to hate, Amoo Yusuf.
Injected like what's the new thing about the Rona?
Something like it.
Something like a new.
The new,
They're talking about the new stuff right now.
the new strain, the new Delta.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is, real quick, if the first one was proven to be produced in a lab,
It was.
you know,
Facts.
produced in a lab, then where did the new variant come from?
It's naturally, bro.
Oh, it's natural.
Yeah, because you make
Oh,
it
yeah.
the lab first, goes
Oh,
out, then after that becomes natural.
so like organic seedless grapes,
Yes.
because there are grapes without seeds.
Yeah.
That's how they reproduce.
Yeah, you have
Without
to put
seeds,
the
yeah.
organic USDA sign.
So when Amir,
Yeah.
oh go ahead.
What's the plasma?
No, when Amir
Yeah.
comes out for work,
Yeah.
he gets in the truck, he always have some fruit or something like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
He has these grapes. It was the smaller ones.
Yeah.
So I say, are those seedless? Or they're seeded or seedless? He says, oh, they're seedless. He said, but they're organic. I say, no such thing. So he Googles organic
Yeah.
and seedless, and Google says there's no such thing as an organic seedless grape. It's a process, a breeding process that they use to make them seedless. So they can't be organic.
Correct.
Anytime you tamper, not organic.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Just like a lab.
yeah,
It became organic,
yeah.
kind of.
Gain of function.
Yeah, exactly. But before we continue, folks, you all know we have to go through the disclaimer all the time. Because you know how y'all get triggered, right? So here we go. The opinion of Amoo Yum of the podcast is based on Islam, okay? Our intentions are to be correct. However, we may not always be right.
Others
May differ in concepts, but these are ours.
Okay. Time for.
Well, before we say time for, folks still watching the show, go ahead and click share. Okay? Stop being a miser. Keep it in the knowledge for yourself. Click the share button. Whether you're on Facebook.
Button the share or share the button.
Yeah, or on YouTube. Share it.
The
So y'all
button.
can
Share the button.
share the barakah, inshallah.
Oh,
Yeah.
barakah. See,
Why not?
I never knew it was barakah. See.
Of course, everything is a barakah these
You
days.
just taught me something.
Yeah, everything is a barakah these days.
You just taught me something.
Just like the seedless.
Oh, seedless barakah.
Yeah, it's a barakah. Think about it. It's convenient, right?
Seedless barakah.
Yeah, seedless barakah. There should be new brand for us. Anyway, let's go with the
Random. Well, guess we'll double up.
make it twice, two
See,
randoms.
the thing about it, we have a random that can be a shaking my Muslim head, or it can just be a random.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, go with the one. It's a Dr. Dre, who makes $3 million a month. About $3 million a month.
He makes 3 million a month.
That's what they said. About $3 million a month. They said that his wife has ordered to pay. Well, he's ordered to pay his wife, ex-wife, almost $300,000 a month. And a lot of Muslims are torn between this. Some Muslims are saying this is kuffar, so why do we care?
Mm-hmm.
Some Muslims are saying she deserves it, because of what have you and things like that.
This is automatically because she's a woman.
Well, of course. From the Islamic perspective, she doesn't deserve that. This is called alimony.
Yeah.
Our quote-unquote alimony is not a lump sum. Our quote-unquote alimony is to maintain on the same level in which they are used to for 3 monthly courses. If they are post-menstrual, they have, they are past, menopause, whatever, then you pay 90 days, you calculate for, which is 90 days, and that is the maintenance that they get. They're free to remarry, so on and so forth. But throughout the whole entire marriage, 20 years or whatever, of course, these are kuffar, but the Islamic standard is the Islamic
Different,
standard.
yeah.
And for those years, you could stack your own money, earn your own money. You can do a lot of things and have your own money that a man cannot touch at the point of divorce. Let's say this man is richer than you. You marry him.
okay, and you make all this money while you're with him, okay, you can be selling memorabilia, autograph stuff. You can be doing a lot of stuff, okay, and you make more money. And by the time y'all actually reach a point of divorce, which is highly likely these days, reach a point of divorce, you have more money than him.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you got more money than him, would you like that he takes from your money? You would say no. You would say no. But throughout the 20 some odd years, Islamically he's not allowed to take from your money. Whatever you contribute to the relationship, the bills, the marriage, that's called sadaqah. For us, it's obligation, it's wajib. So that is the issue within itself. Muslims saying that she earned it. She was like, how do you earn it? You didn't earn it. You didn't earn it. You know.
You know, but one of the ways that some women in America get rich is because of divorce.
Well, this is a big problem. We got people advocating no marriage.
Yeah.
We got people advocating zina, sleeping around, no marriage. They got people, people are really fed up.
Yeah.
You know, the good women really need to go to the forefront and start speaking up, because a lot of Muslim men are giving up.
Yeah.
They're actually giving up and saying, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers are giving up, and that's terrible.
In fact, I've been saying this a long time ago. Like, if you do want to get married here in the in the West in general, but in specific in the state, my recommendation is that you shouldn't do it legally. I know some state has a common law and whatnot, but you should not do it legally. Do it Islamically, and that's it. Because if you do it legally, basically you're shooting yourself in the foot. Because there's no right for you. I mean, everything. I mean, like almost 80%. If you lose, let's say a marriage, 85% your kid's not gonna be with you, right? 80% of the time, kids with their mother. So you don't have that 50-50, or how the Islamic rule gives the responsibility for the father and the kids and whatnot. You don't have all that. So logically, if you think logically, then why would I do that? Why would we do that? Right? Stick to the Islamic marriage and Islamic,
Well, that's the point. That's the subject of tomorrow.
Okay.
X Factor. That's the subject. I'm talking about the 1 million enemy theory, and the threat of love. The threat of love. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the issue. As I mentioned before, the natural progression of relationship, the highest you can reach is marriage. There's nothing higher than marriage.
Yeah.
It's not, now within the marriage you could do certain maneuvers like celebrate your anniversary. Go on a cruise every anniversary. Go to the Bahamas. Go to this. Go to Mexico. Go to you could do a lot of maneuvering within the marriage, but you're at the height of relationship when you're at marriage. That's why I said when they said the boy and the boy, girl and the girl relationship was okay, then naturally they would want to get married, because they haven't reached the plateau. They haven't reached the plateau of relationship, which is indeed marriage, and people are questioning. They're questioning why get married. Why get married? That's what they're questioning.
Yeah.
They're questioning why are people like Bill Burr in his stand-up. He has a skit where he says, "Why are people still getting married when it's almost 60% guaranteed fail?" He said, "Who would jump from a plane with parachutes that are 60% faulty?" He said, "Is this the line to lose half my stuff?" And he cursed, but he said, "Is this the line to lose half my stuff?" He said, dudes are still doing it, and it's crazy because as Muslim men, we want to marry.
Yeah.
We don't even deserve her until we marry her. We don't deserve her. Yeah. So now we are marriage minded. Muslim men are marriage minded. Now we're scared. Yeah. I confess, I'm scared.
Well, I mean, it's funny because I brought up this subject to a lot of so-called imams here in the state, in Texas and other state, and the response, most of them, is always what? But brother, I mean, it's to protect the sister. So I'm like, okay, you're talking about protect the sister from what law? From these man-made laws? Okay, what about, don't you have a son? I tell the imams, don't you have a son? Yeah. Don't you have an uncle? Don't you have a father, who's married, right? Don't you have cousins?
In Islamic that says you have to go to a masjid. There's nothing in Islam that says you have to go through a shaykh or go through an imam. The contract is between the man and the wali. That is the contract. There's nobody outside of that. Now, when did we start bringing sheikhs and imams in? Well, when the woman doesn't, a lot of people are converts and they don't have any male family Muslim, representatives. So that's when you go to the imam and he steps in as a proxy, wali or wakil.
and he gets the contract done, and you get married. But no wali and no wakil should stand in front of the imam to try to legitimize your daughter or your ward getting married. That's not from Islam. That is following the ways of the Jews and the Christians. That's what that is. But nevertheless, it's hey, you could have what are they? So some cultures, they have a thing called al-Fatiha. That's when you come together. Everybody reads. Everybody, certain people give the couple advice before the marriage. They give the couple advice, and then at the end of that, they have food, and then they read al-Fatiha, and then after that, they have food. Okay, this is like a pre-wedding thing. There's nothing hard about this. Okay, then after that, they actually do the nikah. Okay, after that, they do the nikah, and a lot of times they want to make the nikah like the church, like the Jews and the Christians again. I was asked to do that. Of course, I refused. Then after that, there's walima. After the consummation, then there's walima. That's when you invite people to eat, and the best people to invite are people that are fuqara, masakin. That's the best people to invite. The poor, the people that are poor constantly, and the people that are going through hardship. Those are the best people to invite. So, nevertheless, but that's what we're doing. So, this divorce thing, Allah says, if you judge between them, judge justly. Talking about the kuffar. You know what I'm saying? These are devourers of falsehood. They're the kuffar. Allah said, but if you judge between them, judge justly. Then Allah says, but why do they come to you when they have their own book before them? So we can look at kuffar situation and judge it based on Islam. She doesn't deserve that money. I don't care if it's only 10% of what he earns. It's not what he has now. It's what he's earning, 10% of that. And it starts August 1st, I think, if he doesn't protest it, because he has, you can go through the red tape of the course and things like that. But nevertheless, if I had that much money, I wouldn't fight it too much, unless my lawyer told me I could get it down or whatever. But you don't deserve that. Caveat: they say that she cannot remarry. It's only good until she remarries. Islam doesn't have that. We have something of, is it 2 years maintenance? How much maintenance is it for the widow? Like they say you should leave so much for the widow. I forgot exactly what it is. I think it's in the Quran. It talks about a certain amount of maintenance you should leave for widows or what have you. So I'm not sure. But nevertheless, this is, like I say, it's not heartbreaking for me. It's the divorce issue. Divorce was revealed as a solution. Today it's a problem. So how are we going to come up? We need sisters, good traditional sisters, is to get on the forefront and be the voices. We need them because it's only us men talking, and the un-Islamic sisters talking.
Yeah.
Even the podcast. There's the dope Muslim sisters, whatever. What's it called?
the tea something, the honesty.
Dope tea.
Oh, the other one. There's
something
like
about dope.
Like a dope Muslim or something.
Yeah, something like that. But they say, oh, mashallah, these sisters, and a lot of sisters, I think the main sisters cover, but they bring on guests that are not Muslim. I mean, not covered. They bring on, you can't call it an Islamic whatever, and you putting out
un-Islamic
un-Islamic content. You bring this person on and you parade her in front of everybody because she's a life coach. Whose life is she coaching? Yeah. Shouldn't she coach inside first? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She's actually, I've looked at. I do a lot of stuff online, right? Yeah. I looked at a lot of these so-called Muslim sisters that have podcasts. In a way, I would say it's okay from the quality of the content-wise, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to the Islamic, not really. They're still lacking knowledge. They still don't give the advice, especially when you want to give an advice to a man. A woman cannot give an advice to a man how to be a man. Does that make sense?
They love that.
So I don't know, like that they are missing that point, and some brothers missing it too. No, you need to take advice from brothers about brotherhood and manhood and what not.
Let me say something. I'm gonna say something. It's gonna be controversial.
Yeah.
But it's truth. I'll risk it. Brothers that watch that podcast don't watch for knowledge. I guarantee you.
I see.
They don't watch to learn something. They don't watch for knowledge. They watch to look at those sisters, covered or uncovered. They watch to look at that. They don't look at that podcast for knowledge. They don't. That's a guarantee. Brother, you don't know.
Hey, we are men. Let's be honest,
No brother's looking at that podcast for knowledge. You know why? Because we got Muhammad Hanini.
Yeah.
And Dr. Malkawi.
Yeah.
We have some titans. We have Abu Tariq. We have some titans in knowledge. You know,
And they don't get the views.
yeah, they don't
and-
get the views. They don't get the
because they have actual
subscribers.
knowledge too. Yeah.
Yeah, but-
Or you have the celebrity shield. That's make you feel good.
Yeah,
You
we
know?
got the celebrity, the mashhur. You know,
The
we
mashahir.
have those. But like nobody's watching that. No man is watching that for knowledge. Now, sisters, is a sister that writes a blog. She writes a blog, and this one sister always quoting her, always, you know. I forgot the sister name. Bruh,
Good stuff?
I read some of the stuff. Some of the stuff is good, but the premise might be good. The details are faulty. Then what does that mean? The conclusion is going to be bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes the premise is false. You give a lot of evidences, but what are you building the evidence for? You're not proving the premise. Then the end result, what? Faulty.
Yeah.
And this is what is happening.
Recently, that's what Abu American was reviewing.
Yeah.
That the other YouTubers' videos, and it went to the sideways, man. Yeah. But for example, when I learn, like, I enjoy content from, let's say, Khalid, right?
Yeah.
Another sister, Zakiya.
Yeah.
Zakiya, she
Now,
wrote like 20 something.
Those are sisters
Yes.
you could that I actually learn from.
Yeah.
Those are sisters that I learn from. But guess what? A lot of their perspectives, a lot of their information, they're teaching me. They're teaching me information. But perspective, we're already in agreement. We're already Islamically, Aqidah-wise, in agreement.
Yeah.
Perspective is, I'm learning information and knowledge from them. Not perspective, because we already share the same perspective.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and sometimes you have sisters that are specific. Let's say Yasmin Mujahid, she specializes in psychology. That's her niche, and she's very good at that, right? Zakiya, an author, she's good at that area. Khalid in this area, but there are some that claim, for example, that they're there to help relationship
Relationship
and
coach.
whatnot. But they give advice.
One called herself a dating coach.
Oh wow,
Your friend.
right?
Your friend, Betsy.
Really?
She calls herself a dating
She's
coach.
not my friend. Okay.
Best friend.
Whatever.
Khalila. Khalila.
You're not my friend.
Khalila.
Remember that. You're not my friend. Okay.
Betsy says she's a dating coach.
Just to let you know. And that title is kind of weird.
Dating
So it's like an oxymoron, basically. Like you're gonna use a term, like an English word, and you're trying to like somehow Islamify it.
Yeah.
It makes no sense, because this is a problem that I have. You see, I don't speak English, as you all can see. I can't speak English, right? So when I look at these words, I'm trying to analyze, like, what do you mean by this word? Like, I open the dictionary, it has a definition. How does that match with the Islamic term? Like, for example, our brother, brother Harris from Houston.
Yeah.
He got in trouble. He was in charge of. He was doing some sort of task at the masjid, and again put the sister in in some type of project. So what happened during the so-called Halloween season? They came up with the name Halaloween. Halaloween. So, and he was like, so he was like, why you have to add this and call it Halaloween? And like, the word halal is Arabic. It has the Islamic Sharia definition. Why you have to mix it with an English Halloween that has a different definition? Why you have to mix it, Islamify it? It's really dangerous, man. If you think about it, I think it's dangerous, because now you're mixing words, because words has power.
Look. Those adults, they don't have Islamic thinking. They don't even live Islamic life. Their whole Islamic life is what you see at the masjid. Their whole Islamic life is what you see at the masjid, in the suits, in the thobes, mashallah. I hate to say, I was on a shura board.
Really?
Different than
Since when?
long ago. Okay. At the masjid, these brothers behaved a certain way. You could see the ignorance. They couldn't hide the ignorance. But on the shura board, you could hear how racist they are. And they talking like that in front of me. I'm like, dude, I'm the wrong one. You talking, well, I'm the wrong one. I got a lot of faults. I ain't got that one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a whole lot of, they tend to get loose when they're away from the masjid. You go out to eat with them, they tend to get loose. It's like, no, I don't want to live like that.
Yeah, I know. I know some people like in charge of the masjid. I'm not gonna mention the name of the masjid. Yeah. These people in charge, right? Yeah. But guess what? Look, we're not perfect. We all have faults, right? Yeah. But you're taking a position in the masjid and you deal with the youth, right? Why? To teach them Islam, right?
During the day or at night?
At night.
At night?
In the evening.
If it was in the early parts, at the youth.
At the youth. Oh my God. Oh my god! But anyway, and some of these brothers, guess what? They have girlfriends. They live an Islamic lifestyle. So again, I'm not trying to like criticize, but you are in charge of the youth to teach the youth about the Deen, right? But you yourself don't follow, and they know that.
No. Worse than that is when one of the nice masajid,
Yeah.
you know, the ones that bribe the mayors and stuff, and
Yeah, the mayors. They brought the mayor.
bribe the mayors and the councilmen. These people get the masjid on riba. They build the masjid on riba. But anyway, these people right here had the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines set up tables outside the masjid, and the youth came out after Jummah and was signing up and smiling at the table with the adu Allah, the adu Allah. What I do in that? You know what I'm saying? So they were signing up. They allowed these people. You know why? Because they want to show that they are not against. They're not for anything Islam is for, and they're not against anything
just like high school.
that Shaitan promotes.
Just like high school, they want to fit in, right?
They worse than that. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's funny because the other day I went to Six Flags. Man, the place is super packed.
I can only afford 4 flags. I can't afford 6.
Super packed, right? Like super packed. Very few people. Let's say you're wearing a mask, right? All packed, all jammed together, and the masjid still have the so-called 6 feet, 3 feet, and I'm like, they want to.
You know what I hope? I'm gonna be controversial.
Yeah.
You know what I hope? I hope somebody calls the police.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Amoo Abbott.
Yeah.
Amoo Abbott said it's $1,000 fine
Oh.
if you discriminate against somebody.
Right.
So if I go in a masjid, they don't let me in without a mask. Now there are some people in the community, they're known.
Yeah.
They walk in without a mask, leave them alone. Don't bother them.
Yeah.
Do not bother them. But other people, they'll pick on you, or they'll tell they'll say, hey, wear the mask. You know what I'm saying? You could technically call the police. Brother, it's haram to call the police. Well, these dudes ain't living
Living halal life in the first place.
Yeah. We gotta have a relationship. Al Muslimu akhul Muslim. That's a relationship right there. La yudlimuhu wa la yuslimuhu. That's already a relationship built before la yudlimuhu wa la yuslimuhu.
Does not oppress him and hand it to the oppressor.
These brothers oppress and they will turn you over. They had an Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine table, 4 tables from the different forces that slaughtered the Muslims worldwide in Start Wars, okay? From the Pentagon down. The tables were out there and they were allowing the Muslim youth to walk up and have conversations. These people are not, I'll call the police. I'll call the police and identify as a woman. Hello, I want to call you.
Okay, so that was a random one. Should we just move on with the topic?
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on because
I'll save the other one.
yeah, maybe for next time,
For
inshallah.
next time, inshallah.
Because right now I have to go to the main topic, man.
Yeah.
I get
What's poppin'?
on again.
You did?
Yeah.
Subhanallah.
Hope it's not gonna cut off again.
Wow, what's popping? I ain't put no lotion on.
You put a lotion?
I didn't put
I
lotion
never put a lotion. And
So?
I'm natural.
because you're half white.
Yeah. Thank you for
we
the
go.
compliments.
So anyway, what's popping? A SHAYKHy
Mm-hmm.
pyramid scheme.
I like the SHAYKHy.
The SHAYKHy
Yeah.
pyramid scheme. You know it's a joke. Who said this? Was it Chris Rock or somebody? Somebody made this joke. Anyway, they said the pyramids in Egypt, and because dark-skinned people built them,
Mm-hmm.
they say it could have been aliens.
White aliens?
Can't be black aliens. That wouldn't make any sense. So they said the pyramids in Egypt, and they said aliens must have built them because they don't want to give that.
Did they come from the borders?
They don't want to give the.
Did they swim all the way or what?
Yeah, they don't want to get the credit. Okay, but there are also pyramids in Mexico, and nobody questions who built them.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Nobody ever said aliens. They're like, we built those homes.
Yeah.
We orderly, we built those homes. Orderly.
Oh,
Wait a
man.
minute. So I mean, that's one comedian. I like comedy, man. It keeps me from,
Insane.
from going insane.
Yeah.
Insane in the membrane. Imagine in the brain. So the issue is, a SHAYKHy pyramid scheme. Now follow me on this.
Yeah. Pay attention, yo.
You have this Sheikh al-Shuyukh, the big sheikh,
In modern time.
modern time, not the ones in the past.
Yeah.
If you notice the ones in the past, now many of our famous ulama, Malik, Ahmed ibn Hanbal, Shafi'i,
Tabari.
Tabari,
Jawziyya, Ibn al-Qayyum.
yeah, Ibn Qayyum,
Ibn al-Qayyim and
yeah.
Taymiyyah. I mean, there are many.
all of them.
As-Suyuti.
I'm saying,
Hundreds, man.
Andalusi, you know what I'm saying?
Andalusi,
yeah.
Ibn
Ibn
Hazm,
Hazm,
yeah.
all these big, and even the Mufakirin, like Sayyid Qutb, and we have all these people have a chain, and they come from a dynamic chain. Women are all inside that chain. The Shafi, Malik,
Hanbali.
Hanbal, Ibn Hanbal, and Abu Hanifa.
Hanifi, yeah.
They all had women teachers in their chain of learning. They all learned from women.
Subhanallah.
If not, their mother was an alima. You know what I'm saying? Some woman was a mujtahida. She taught them along the way. So they all had women in the chain. But if you notice this dynamic sheikh from the beginning, let's take Abu Hanifa, because some argue that he was tabi. They say because he did meet a sahabi. If you met a sahabi, you're tabi, okay? But they said that radiallahu an, whoever, even if you say sahabi, you have to say radiallahu an, even if you don't say the name, because sahabi already qualifies him, okay? Even hadith, just to mention, even in hadith, sometimes the sahabi's name is withheld. Sometimes the sahabi's name is gharib or is not known or whatever, right? They say the hadith is still good because the man was known as a sahabi. He was known, if you're known as sahabi, you're good, okay? As far as reporting that hadith, relaying that hadith. So that hadith is still in rotation. So, but the issue is that, let's say Abu Hanifa taught this person, who taught that person, who taught that person. Do you see how many dynamic shuyukh in that line? How many dynamic ulama came from that one dynamic one? Sheikh Ahmed ibn Hanbal, student Ibn Taymiyyah, right? They call Ibn Taymiyyah Shaykh al-Islam. Ibn Hamza Yusuf, which people don't like him, but he made a statement. He said, Shaykh al-Islam al-Hanbali. That's what he called him. Shaykh al-Islam al-Hanbali. Not Shaykh al-Islam as like he's mujtahid mutlaq. You know what I'm saying? Not like that. But he said Shaykh al-Islam al-Hanbali. Okay? How dynamic was Ibn Taymiyyah? How dynamic was his teacher? Right?
Yeah.
How dynamic was Imam Shafi rahmatullahi from his first teacher, Imam Malik, and so on and so forth, right? When he went to Egypt and found other ulama and more knowledge, he changed his risala. He changed it, okay? Because he got more knowledge, not because he went to Egypt. He got more knowledge there. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know about Imam Shafi rahmatullahi, they said he was so young, giving halaqah in the masjid, he was sipping water Ramadan. He was sipping water because he had the choice to fast or not as a youth. Okay, that's how young he was. He didn't even have puberty. He was an alim. They say he would go into the souk, the marketplace. He had to put stuff in his ears because he memorized everything he heard, and he didn't want to memorize all of that. So he used to stuff his ears with cotton so that he would not hear. That's how good his memory was. Alhamdulillah. 9 years old, memorized Quran. Or no, was an alim at 9. I'm sure he memorized Quran before that, but was an alim at 9 years old. So I'm saying these dynamic individuals, these ulama, had dynamic students. Dynamic students. And we benefit from that today.
SubhanAllah. Imagine all the barakah they get, after that, we're still reading and applying and learning.
That's a lot.
SubhanAllah.
That's a lot.
Lucky, mashallah.
And also, not only that, they bred mujtahideen. They bred people that were not just talk to talk, like I'm an alim, I'm gonna sit down, let my butt grow
right.
in the chair, in the masjid.
Passing fatwas.
Brother, why don't we have we used to have more space.
Yeah.
There used to be more space on the front row. What happened? Oh, it's that sheikh over there. He keeps growing buttocks.
Oh my God. For a while we stopped talking about bubber and dubber, man.
But anyway, so now we're at today. We have ulama as-salihin, scholars for dollars, scholars at the foot of the sultan, foot of the authority. Even though we talked about last week, our authority is beta, okay? And they don't have an agenda. They don't have a vision. They don't have autocracy. They don't have anything, okay? They're not autocratic leaders, okay? So, and our shuyukh are under them, okay? Imam Malik Rahmatullah, he refused to be even on the council of the Khalifa. He refused to be in the court of the Khalifa or even near him. And he said with his own mouth, he said, I fear that I would take a liking to you.
Yeah.
And if I see crookedness, I will be hesitant to correct it. So I'm gonna keep a respectful distance, and I'm gonna keep bringing it to you. I'm gonna keep correcting you.
Yeah.
Even he was jailed. Even he was punished by the authority. Okay, they want to make his muwatta as the dastur, the constitution, right,
yeah.
of the Islamic State, and he said la. He refused it. He refused it. He said this would be death for the ummah, meaning the other ulama would not compete
Yeah.
in fatwa and compete in ijtihad and so on and so forth. They wouldn't. They wouldn't. So he said, let's not do that. Let's let the ulama keep competing, because that is, it's like water. The water, long as the
Has to
water
flow,
is moving,
Yeah.
you know, like I mentioned before, my dog has a big 3-gallon water bowl, okay? You know, so it's an outside dog, you know, so
The scared dog.
I turn, just the bark. Well, it scares some people, but it's really the bark.
Scared of me too.
You bark, I stab. Okay, I can't say shoot because it's a good, you know. So anyway, I turn the water on and let it drip. Now, why am I doing that? So that life didn't develop inside of that bowl and harm that dog. Because stagnant water will kill everything around it. And when you see those little squigglies, those are mosquito larvae and stuff like that. You don't want that. So you keep the water moving. And when the ulama are competing and there's madahib or growing,
School of thought.
schools of thought
it keeps
are
Islam alive.
continuing, that shows life for the ummah. They say used to walk in a masjid and there would be 4 halaqah or more in one masjid.
Yeah.
Today, I can't sit down and talk to him. Brother, what are you guys doing here? Y'all here to make salat? Why are y'all not talking 6 feet?
Yeah.
You know? Look.
Or don't make the salah because you need to put it on.
In Morocco, they used to open the masjid for salat. You go in and make salat. The youth started gathering, and instead of being outside playing soccer or chasing their wiggles or whatever they're doing outside, the youth would gather and was sitting around talking. And the authority said, oh, the youth. Because see, when the old people are sitting around talking and sipping tea, nobody says anything. When the youth, when they saw the shabab sitting there talking, they say, close the masjid. You're going to make salat, make your sunnahs, close. Salat, sunnah, close. Salat, sunnah, close. They start closing the masjid. Why? Because they didn't want the youth gathering. When youth start gathering the masjid, that means the ummah is alive. And their job is to lull the ummah to sleep and keep them dead.
Yeah.
That's their job. So, again, the shuyukh today are under the, I don't even like to say sultan, because that's almost like an official title for people that rule by Islam.
Yeah, but they don't.
But technically, it means just authority. It means the authority. Okay.
Either that, or some of them just like taught, raised in a certain way, and that's his understanding.
Even Allah says in Quran that O ye men and jinn, if you can progress past the atmosphere, basically beyond the heavens and not the heavens and the earth, but beyond the earth's atmosphere, you can progress past the atmospheric barrier. I'm paraphrasing. It says, go ahead, go ahead, but you would not be able to do so without sultan. Without sultan, is what it says. Without sultan, which means you have to have an authority. Some said the powerful rocket was what was talking about, because you have to break it. You can't just fly a plane, and you have to actually break the barrier. You have to have a thrust. It's what a big, you thrust up, then the rockets fall off, and then so they said this is sultan in authority, a power. That's what Maurice Bucaille, he wrote the Bible, Quran, and Science. He talked about that and stuff like that. So he's a French man. So anyway, so the point is that sultan is used in these ways. So we can technically use it loosely and say ulama is salatin, even though the sultan will be known as the Khalifa, Amir al-Mu'mineen, right?
Which we don't have nowadays.
But we don't have. Of course we don't have. So 100-year anniversary,
Yeah.
So a Hijri calendar anniversary. Soon to come up 3 more years. 3 years will be at the pagan anniversary, the pagan calendar anniversary. 3 more years, 100
Yeah.
years.
And no, ulama talk about this subject. Very few people talk about it.
Nah, beta.
You know,
Beta.
they're so scared.
Beta. So now we're here today. So I said the dynamic ulama from the past, you know, we have the Sahaba, Tabi'un, Tabi'in. We have, you know, the ulama dynamic, students dynamic, all the way down. So we reach today. We reach today at the time of certificates from universities.
Degrees.
I have my degree is in hadith. You know, some dude like 4'11", he said, my degree is in hadith, and Jews and Christians are not kuffar. Give me a break, dude. How you gonna specialize in hadith and those hadith skipped you? You know what I'm saying?
And again, just because you got a degree, that doesn't mean you're good at it.
Yeah.
A lot of people have a degree in engineering, but that doesn't mean they're good.
You know
at
a degree?
engineering.
No, you can compare degrees. Compare degrees to deodorant.
Yeah.
Because they have a deodorant called degree.
Yeah.
Some people put on deodorant, they still stink.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
just because you got a degree don't
Yeah.
mean you don't stink. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I mean, no, seriously, because
Yeah.
somebody got a degree doesn't mean they are good at it. They probably passed it. Maybe they got a C.
Yeah.
Makes sense? Because you can still get a good grades and pass, but that doesn't mean you're good at it.
Yeah.
I've known people personally, as I mentioned before in the podcast, that I've known people personally
Yeah.
when I was in the land of so-called Tawheed, right?
Yeah.
That they did it because just the same way that some parents in the Dizzy community push their kids to be a computer scientist or engineer or doctors.
Yeah, yeah.
And some parents
Or
push their-
gynecologists.
push their kids to be, be hafid, to be alim, to be imam.
Yeah.
They push their kids, and kids do because of their parents, but they themselves don't want it.
Yeah.
I've known people have so much knowledge, man, like in terms of like information, like 10 times more than me. But their lifestyle is, subhanAllah, you wouldn't even know that they have this knowledge, you know. So it doesn't mean just because they have the degree, have the knowledge, they're going to act accordingly. But most of us, unfortunately, when we look at somebody with a specific dress code, or just because they got a degree, we automatically believe them. But that's kind of dangerous, though, because that doesn't mean they're going to be always right. They can make a mistake, okay?
Well,
So degrees not everything. But that's how they put the value right now. Because when you get a degree, guess what? You study Islam from an academic point of view.
academic, yeah.
You have an Islam academia, right? You have an Islamic academy. Academic.
You know what the problem with academics? One of
Yeah.
the big problems is that you study for grade. You don't study for to be dynamic, to change society.
Yeah, that's what
to influence thought.
yeah,
You know
that's what I'm saying. It's
To
Islam,
change the status quo.
Islam
which
is-
is the point of the dawah.
Yeah,
we don't study for that point.
right, but Islam is presented from an academic point of view. You look at things academically, but not something practical. Not something we can apply in real life. You know what I mean? So that is the issue. When you approach the deen academically, it's not the same thing if you want to approach it to apply and understand how it can be applicable in everything in life. You know what I mean?
So, like I said, so now we have these ulama that are truly mashhur, they're truly famous, and they are for the pyramid purposes, right? Shaykh Fulan, right? Shaykh Fulan, okay? He has 3 top students. 3 top students, okay? Shaykh Fulan has 3 top students. And these students are learning from him and not allowed to teach until he says so. His blessing and his say so is what? Ijaza, okay? It's known as ijaza. He gives them ijaza, okay? So they get the ijaza. Now they're qualified to teach and have their own students. They can start their own halaqah now. You know, or become a principal of their own school even, okay? So these 3 get 3 each. See that pyramid? That's a big pyramid. That pyramid is wider than some of the Shia buttocks. No, it is. It's a wide pyramid.
You've seen it?
Boy, you got your auntie's hips. So, okay, so those 3 who came from the ulama, the alim as-sultan, okay, the scholar for dollar, the scholar that sits at the foot of the ruler, okay. So they get that, and then they get 3 students, you know, and they teach them, give them ijazah. Then they get 3. So now you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and they got 3. So now you got 13 sheikhs. And there's 13 sheikhs, okay? Shuyukh, excuse me. So what happens is that they teach them, and they're not allowed to teach until they get ijazah, which is the permission, right? That means they reach the level academically, right? So they go get 3 each. Now it's getting ridiculous, okay? It's getting ridiculous now. It's growing, it's growing, it's growing. In that pyramid scheme, the dynamic, in that pyramid scheme, what happens to any one of those shuyukh that read hadith and become dynamic? What happens to any one of those in that chain? What happens?
They get kicked out.
They get kicked out. What else happens to them though?
You know?
Well, where do they go? They don't just get kicked out.
Yeah.
If they
Some get jailed.
if they disagree, they can go straight to the jail.
Yeah. Some get attacked.
With the punished, tortured, with the probability of being murdered.
Yeah. Or
Executed.
some go in the West, so they can openly speak about it.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. That's true.
And some really stay quiet,
So
hating it.
Any of the dynamic ones get libeled, threatened, jailed, so on and so forth. So the dynamic ones are really not influential or they're not of issue unless they get a platform, a stage to speak the haqq. Now, going back to your childhood in Saudi, so on and so forth, and other things like that, let's not saying we need to reestablish Khilafah, which is, the evidence is there, Quran and Sunnah is there, easy, okay? Even Allah talks about what he would do for those that actually enjoin right and forbid wrong. You know what I'm saying? That he will establish them in a khilafah on earth. You know what I'm saying? Allah says he would do that. And they will worship him and him alone and fear him and him alone. That's what a khilafah does. It solidifies the worship of Allah Ta'ala alone. And the fear is only to Allah Ta'ala because you ain't fearing nobody else. Okay? So this is the issue. Anybody dynamic has to get a platform to speak out. But let's dynamic means, we need to reestablish Islam and the kuffar. Okay, let's take it down low. Let's take easy stuff. Like, they say photos are haram. Okay, why are there photos of the king and his family everywhere? You can't speak out against that. You'll be in big trouble. Something small like that. Yeah. So that means that first sheikh, that Sheikh al-Sultan, okay, then his students, then their students, and their students. Nobody can even say photos are haram. I don't believe photographs are haram. I don't believe that. Some sheikhs are on photos saying photos are haram. Some sheikhs are in videos saying photos are haram, which is like 24 to 30 frames frames per second.
Of photos.
No, it's digital. Okay, music is digital now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, so the point is, so they say photos are haram. Nobody in that pyramid can say that, therefore, see what I just said? See, academics says get the knowledge. Photos are haram. Okay? That's academics. Islamically, at-tarbiyah al-islamiyah, Islamic education says what? Photos are haram. I see photos, address it. I have to address it. Now that I have the knowledge, why are the ulama of the first to be raised on Yawm al-Qiyamah? And why would Allah Ta'ala ask them, this is Hadith Qudsi, right? Yeah. Allah Ta'ala will ask them, what did you do with the knowledge? Yeah.
They're gonna be the first one to be judged as well.
First ones. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So I say raised, but yeah, judge. Yeah. Okay. So this is the issue within itself, that these people say photos are haram. And you say, then why is the king and his family photos? What happened to you?
Yeah. Well, when I asked that question, teacher give me a slap.
Slapped him.
In the face. Don't ask that question.
In the face, right?
Yeah. Don't ask that question.
So now he can say, but you're not supposed to slap it in the face.
Isn't Islam haram?
Yeah. I mean, so this is the teacher teaching Islam.
Yeah.
Got mad because you tried to apply what he taught you. Yeah. And he slaps you.
And not just that, they always used to say, this thing stuck in my childhood, and that is, they used to say something like, do not ask these sort of questions because these questions are coming from the shak. Shak means
shak. Division.
Doubt.
Yeah.
Doubt.
Doubt. Shak. Okay.
Doubt. Okay. So, and the shak can lead to kufr. And because of that statement, I used to get scared. Like, why should I ask? Because I don't want to, become kafir.
Yeah.
So now I have all these questions pops in my head when I learn something, see something in the society, the opposite of what I'm learning. My natural instinct, my mind keep asking this question as a thinking man, right?
That's not just you. That's human.
Human thing, yeah.
That's human,
but
yeah.
because of that statement, don't ask because these sort of questions can lead to shak, and shak will lead to kufr.
Yeah.
So for a while I stopped asking. But what happened? These questions kept adding up, causing more issues.
So I'm saying
my heart.
I'm saying dynamic, and you think like he's gonna be rallying people and calling for the leader to be extracted. No, let's soften it. Let's betaify it.
Yeah.
Let's make it easy for you men that got Buffy nibbles, that don't believe that corrupt leaders should be extracted. Okay. Yeah. When even Hussein, the grandson of Muhammad ﷺ, wrote Khuruj, he wrote that this is what should be done to Yazid.
Yeah.
I'm saying he wrote it. But nevertheless, but Yazid, yani, oh, shut up, nigga. But anyway, I mean Negro. I mean, my apologies, Negro. I meant Negro.
Yeah.
My apologies. Beep, I beat myself.
Yeah.
See, anyway, so what happens is that I'm betaifying it to make it easier for you, Buffy Nibbles. Okay,
Yeah.
so what
Very
happened? Now let's go to music. Music is haram. Okay, if music is haram, then why are the largest music stores there?
Megastar,
Close
very popular store.
Close them down. Yeah,
in the day.
close them down.
Hey, this is what I got.
Why are there open concerts like the Quraysh used to do to distract Muhammad Sallam's dawah?
Hey, back in the 80s, I got Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I got Madonna.
Like a virgin since she was 5 years old.
How did you know that was a song?
I'm a Jew and I had a lot of jimma.
That was a song,
I had a lot of jimma with random dudes since I was a child.
Astaghfirullah. Oh my god.
Nah, anyway, so she's like a 70-year-old Sharmuta.
Now she looks like
she's still a 70-year-old Sharmuta.
A'udhu billah, man.
Yeah.
When she was young, she
She looks like death in the face, but they show the camera and the Photoshop and real far away, and she's like, I want 100 Dalmatians. So anyway, so let's say one of the sheikhs in this SHAYKHy pyramid becomes dynamic and says, because music is haram, we should not be allowing this in society. These concerts are what the Quraysh used to combat the dawah of the Rasul Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So what should we do? We should stop these concerts.
I don't know. They're gonna stop the Hajj, but the concert's still going on.
Yeah. So where are the dynamic shuyukh in these pyramid schemes today? Remember the past, a lot of dynamic shuyukh. Today, yes, 300 plus in jail. But see, these are minor disagreements.
Yeah.
Remember Safar Hawali and Salman al-Auda, they went to prison for disagreeing with Sheikh bin Baz that it was okay for the kuffar to come into Jaziratul Arabiya and launch a war against the Muslims of Iraq and Pakistan and Afghanistan, so on and so forth. They say it is haram to do so. And they did it so respectful.
And still got jailed.
And were threatened with death. And they were tortured. And they had to sign a treaty saying that I would not speak about asiyasa, politics, again. So they were silenced.
Yeah.
They were silenced.
Yeah, because like you're saying, they're producing the same mentality.
Yeah.
So everyone below the pyramid is going to have the same mindset. Only the few that, alhamdulillah, I've known some ulama, mashallah, even from there, from Jazira Arabiya, mashallah, they're very good. They speak the haqq, some of them overseas, and some of them still speak the haqq while they're still there, but just a little bit.
I heard some Bedouin shuyukh, like on the outskirts. They really they have no voice and no influence.
But they have a strong tribe.
Strong tribe. They speak, but there's no change.
Yeah.
See, there's no. See, you can be dynamic and say, close those music stores, take down those photos, then you stop. And until they take it down, you got momentum. You got take down the photos, close the music stores.
Right. I mean, even the mukhabarat in Saudi, the way they do is that even if you're one person that is speaking against the government, they're not going to do anything to you. They think they're just a joke, right?
Yeah.
But once you gather followers and you have a platform activities and meetings, then they're gonna start, spying on you. Oh, actually, they're already spying because they have the Pegasus, that Israeli, what do you call it, high tech system that they spy on everybody.
Yeah. They use it to kill the journalists.
Yeah.
Khashoggi was his name.
That's
Khashoggi?
the Khashoggi, yeah.
Yeah, they use it to kill him, to set him up. When he went into the embassy, they slaughtered him. They mutilated him
If you get a chance, watch it.
in small parts.
It's very sad. If you get a chance, watch the Dissident. What is it called?
Dissident, yeah.
The Dissident is a documentary. Watch it. Very, very interesting. But even the documentary has some, as usual, they always have an agenda anyway. But it's a good stuff. So you gotta check it out.
It's just to produce awareness. It's not like the hop, It's to produce awareness. They killed the man, by all intents and purposes. You say, oh no, he didn't do that, but he canceled Hajj. Give me a break.
What I got from the documentary, like I'm sure the Saudi also knows about this documentary. That I think they allowed it.
Oh,
just to show you what, don't mess with them.
It's the threat. It's the same when I'm sitting with the FBI dude, right? I'm sitting with the FBI interrogation, and he said, well, I need you to do this, this, and that. And I said, no, I'm not doing it. And he said, well, where do we go from here? I said, I guess this is the part where you put the battery cables on my nuts.
Tell them to get an Amazon battery. They're very cheap. They're powerful.
I'm not advising them on what battery. You crazy, dude. So I say, I guess it's the part where you put the battery cables on my nuts.
Yeah.
And he said, my friend does that.
See?
That's what he says.
Yeah. When they joke, they mean it.
Oh, I mean, look, bro. You think they don't? They tortured Muslims here.
Yeah.
I didn't get tortured. I got interrogated. I didn't get tortured. I'm saying.
Yeah.
They cost me a lot of money. Cost me my wife in Morocco. They cost me a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But they didn't technically torture me. They perturbed me. They got on my nerves like,
Right.
boy.
Yeah.
Woo, man. May Allah continue to bless me, man, because I got a short fuse. But nevertheless, this is what happened. So if none of those, from the Sheikh al-Sultan, all the way down to all of their students, if nobody's dynamic and they don't get a platform and they don't go out and speak, the hop, you can talk about photos and music all day long, okay? You can talk about the concerts all day long. I'm talking about being dynamic as understanding Quran and Sunnah, understanding the ulama you're studying from their books. They live under Khilafah. What is the problem now that we don't live under Khilafah? Now, you have a country like Saudi, picking on Saudi again. Yeah, you have a country like Saudi and Egypt and all these other countries and Turkey that can actually kill other Muslim countries. They have enough authority to kill other Muslims in other Muslim countries and wage wars and assist the kuffar in killing the Muslims, but they don't have enough authority to practice, implement Islam within their own lands.
Yeah, plus because of these nation-state creations, we have a lot of nationalists, we have a lot of tribalists. Muslim are not, you know how we always use this hadith about Allah khaqul Muslim, right? The Muslim is a believer to the Muslim, right? لا فرق بين عربي ولا عجمي إلا بالتقوى. There's no difference between Arab and non-Arab except with taqwa. It became like a useless statement, this hadith. Because in reality, most they don't practice it. If you do practice it, then why do you have passports? Why do you have division? Why do you have these? Palestinian cannot even marry a Desi, or Desi cannot marry African. We see this like in real life. From a local level, we divided. Imagine nationwide level, right? So of course they don't want that. You don't want to rule by Islam under different nationality because it's still tied into this nationalism.
Who was the Khalifa? Was it Abdul Hamid that built the railroad line?
I think it was Abdul Hamid
through the Muslim lands, Africa. He built a railroad. Now they said, what was the purpose of the railroad? He wanted to make the travel between Muslims and Muslims like just so easy. Of course, there's commerce, there's carrying goods and services, and the sadaqah and all this stuff, and the Bayt al-Mal and all this good stuff, and the transporting the army, transporting relief and all that good stuff. That's fine. That's all fine and well. Okay, but
so Abdul Hamid, it was him.
Abdul Hamid. Okay,
second,
the mashallah,
Hijaz Railroad Project.
May Allah bless him.
In 1900. Oh my God.
The point was what? The point was to unite the ummah even further. Now, here, just use something local, right? They want a football team here in San Antonio. They say we don't have the audience for a football team, right?
Yeah.
They say, well, what about San Marcos in New Braunfels and Austin? Which San Marcos and New Braunfels are cities between here and Austin, the next major city, right? They said, let's build a light rail between us and Austin to make it almost like one city. They say, now do we have enough people? Now do we have enough? You know what I'm saying, to produce an expansion football team. So that's what I'm saying. So when the Muslims, when you build that rail, okay,
Yeah.
that's a unifying factor to make it very convenient to go from here to there. And the way the Khilafah state works, I don't know if they were going to charge to ride it or whatever. I know there were donations given. People put money toward it. You know, Muslims are known to give sadaqah. Muhammad SAW used to walk around with Bilal ibn Rabah radiallahu anh, and he would have his shirt open. He would hold his shirt like this, and he would walk. Muhammad SAW used to walk among the women and say, "Give sadaqah, give sadaqah," and they would take off their earrings. You know, dudes now would take off their earrings and give it to the sadaqah. You know, but they anyway. So the women would take off their earrings and their bracelets and their necklaces and give it in sadaqah. Their rings, they would give it in sadaqah to support some Islamic cause by way of the Rasul Muhammad SAW.
It's funny you bring this subject because during the World War I, it says here the Hijaz line was repeatedly attacked and damaged. Okay, by who? Let's see. Particularly during the Arab Revolt, when Ottoman trains were ambushed by the guerrilla force led by T.E. Lawrence.
Yeah.
Subhanallah. Anyway.
Yeah. So that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a lot of inside enemies.
Yeah.
A lot of inside enemies is what we're going through. But we've been going through it like for so long now. But like I said, in this SHAYKHy pyramid, just to try to bring it to a close. In this SHAYKHy pyramid, anybody dynamic is ostracized. We need to support the shuyukh, not the deviant ones, not the ones that say, we need to reconsider Quran. Shut up. Not like Yasser Qadi. There's a problem. Not like him.
He's not a sheikh.
He's
Hey, the other guy said that. Come on, man. First you call him 5 feet, now you call him sheikh. Come on, man. Leave him alone.
No. He's good. He's 5'5". I give him 4'11". So
4'11". Oh my god.
So you like 7'11"? 4'11".
Yeah, like because those are my people.
Yeah, okay, 4'11". Okay, so it's like, hello, may I help you? You be under the counter, man. Hey, may I help you? Hello, may I help you? Hello. Who's that? I'm not gonna pay anyone I can't see. Give me the money, please. Please give me the money. I can't tell what you bought. Just round it up. Round it up.
Round it up. To the even numbers.
What did you buy? Beep, beep, beep. Yes, the beep, beep, beep. I don't know what you bought. Oh, Lord, help me. Please give me height.
Oh my god.
Anyway. No, but nevertheless, if any of those shuyukh become dynamic, even to question the status quo, because questioning the pit, you say you teach one thing in school academically that photos are haram, then you have it in society.
Yeah.
You teach that music is haram, you have it in society. You teach the tafsir Quran that the kuffar use concerts to distract from the dawah, from the dhikrullah.
Yeah.
And you're doing it, lahwa al-hadith. You're doing it.
That's why some of the
You're doing it over adhan. You're doing it over salat.
One of the main excuses for some of the mulhidin in Saudi, when I used to ask them, why did you become mulhid and atheist? And their main answer is, well, because it's old. Islam is old, doesn't work nowadays. If you look at society nowadays, those were in the old times. I don't think it's from the creator, because if it was from the creator, it's going to last forever. That's their argument.
Yeah, that's their argument.
Because if it was man-made, he was back in the past. We don't see it nowadays, so it's old school. So why should I believe it?
I'm not calling that argument intelligent.
Of course.
But it is logical. I'm not saying intelligent, I'm saying logical. Because if it was an intelligent argument, they would know why.
Right.
But it's a logical argument because it's in the reality.
That is a product of the system itself.
That's the system.
They are the product of the system.
Yeah.
And the culture of the society.
Yeah.
Because this is what you teach one way, but you live different way. Of course they're gonna the human instincts are gonna come out. Their curiosity gonna come out and be like, especially for people that think.
Children do it. Children do it.
Yeah.
Children do it. Look. I'm sitting on the bed. I got my little baby boy, right? And my wife is pulling the sheets off the bed. She's gonna wash the sheets, change the sheets. And she says, move. I'm like, I'm not moving. Sometimes you don't want to move.
Yeah.
So I'm not moving. My daughter, Adela, she said what she said. She says, she grabbed my arm. She said, she didn't even say move. She grabbed my arm. She like, I got up. When she did it, like, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna resist my daughter. So
Yeah.
she did like, her mama said move. She looked at her mama and she looked at me and she like, move. She grabbed my arm and I got up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's natural. It's just the natural flow was get up. I didn't get up as fast as I should have.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't get up like right away. I didn't pop up. So my daughter like, let me help you. Get up.
Yeah.
See that flow? Get up. That's the same thing when you learn in school. Pictures of haram. You get what I'm saying? Music is haram.
And they still talk about
But
this
you
stuff.
can't use it.
Yeah, they still talk about this stuff.
Yeah, but you can't use it. You can't use it. So what you produce? You produce a bunch of going to heaven hypocrites.
Yeah.
A bunch of saved hypocrites. Oh, and then when black people,
Right.
when ex-slaves got a hold of that Saudi teaching,
Yeah.
that Madkhali teaching, when they got a hold of that, it went to crap. Like the national anthem. National anthem used to be, oh, say, can you go to hell? It used to be like just all white and nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Then they say, oh, ho, ho, ho.
Make it like-
Say, can you see? like, give me a break, dude. they got violins and got kids singing it and.
Yeah.
No, give me a break, man. Mariah Carey. Oh, I'm insane. I have mental disease. No, they got her singing. Whitney Houston blew it out. Luther Vandross blew it out. And it just they messed things up. Leave it white. It was written white.
Yeah.
It was about escaped slaves, catching. They took that part. It took the part about slaves. It's in there. It's in. See, if you read the original one, it took it out. About escaped slaves and about war. Let those people do that.
Yeah.
Stop popping firecrackers, Negroes.
I think they passed a law now in Texas that in every sport they have to do it now.
They did?
Yeah, I think they're passing a law in Texas for that.
Come on.
The Star Bangle,
Come
whatever.
on.
Yeah.
The Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
Come on, Amoo Abbott. Come on, man. come on the podcast.
Come to the podcast.
Yeah, Amoo Abbott. Come to the pod. Let's talk about this. You can wheelchair your butt up. You can get an automatic one.
You get one from Tesla.
Yeah, you can get an automatic one. You come up in there with an automatic one. I don't want to see that. that regular one you got. Man, come on, man. You're a millionaire. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Get you a Tesla wheelchair.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we can go visit him too. Have him on the
Yeah,
podcast.
we'll come to the
Let us
governor's.
know.
We'll come to the mayor's governor.
Governor of Texas, yeah.
We'll go to the governor's mansion in Austin, Texas. We'll have a part. We'll set the
chill.
podcast up there.
Yeah.
We'll all
have a good
we'll all
talk.
do our chairs like this. We'll all do our chairs like this.
Go all the way down like this. Oh, they're like, hello.
What did you buy? I don't see anything.
Oh, my God.
Beep, beep. Oh man, Sapala, what's wrong with you, man?
It's hard to get up. It's so hard to get up, man.
It's hard to get up. What's wrong with you, man? Why you do that, man?
You have to stand up.
Why you do that, man?
Oh,
I understand why you did it, though. It don't make no sense.
I know, man.
Why you do it?
It's ridiculous.
SubhanAllah, let's do it right here, man.
We're
Something wrong with this
gonna
guy.
get canceled, man.
Yeah, you're gonna get canceled.
Yep.
El canceled in Arabic.
Yeah, it'll cancel.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's basically it. If any of that new pyramid scheme, see, the old pyramid was not a scheme. It produced a bunch of dynamic individuals that we love today, that we say rahmatullah alayh, minimum behind their name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rahmallah, minimum behind their name. Okay? Today, our SHAYKHy pyramid scheme is producing a lot of Shaykh teach this many, they teach this many, they teach this many. Then we have a whole bunch of people. Nobody's dynamic. Nobody's offering solution to the ummah. It takes people on a podcast without degrees to offer solution. So therefore, people have an excuse to ignore it because the famous ones, the big ones, are not speaking about it. So what we become? A bunch of, I'm gonna leave that beep.
Yeah.
We become a bunch of those, and we don't benefit the ummah,
Yeah.
at all. So.
Shaking my Muslim head.
Shake your Muslim head.
do
You
you-
want
what do
you
you-
want to go Erdogan, or you want to go Turkey, or what you want to do, or do the knock on the wood?
Just the little knock.
Okay.
Because that's something happened like in front of you.
Yeah, let's go with that. Make it simple.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sitting down with a client, and they gave me an assignment, right? For its home remodel, rebuilding, whatever, right? Give me an assignment. They said, so you can build a house basically from the ground up, foundation, everything. I said, yes. They said, MashaAllah. Knock, knock. I'm not gonna do it. They said, knock, 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 knock 3 times. They knocked on their desk, they knocked on wood 3 times. Knock, 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 MashaAllah. Now, we know knocking on wood is shirk, okay? MashaAllah is not shirk. You know what I'm saying? That's worship of Allah. That's ibad Allah. You know, that's worship of Allah to say MashaAllah, Inshallah, MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah. All of those adhkar, right?
Yeah.
That's part of the worship, doing the adhkar, the dhikr, right? So, but they said MashaAllah, knock, 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 MashaAllah.
You just looked.
I look, okay, and you'll say, well, brother, since dynamic, why didn't you correct them right then? First of all, this person is a traditional Muslim. They didn't embrace Islam. They didn't embrace Islam. My relationship with them didn't start right then, and if it did, I would still be justified.
Yeah.
It didn't end right then. It didn't end right then. That means there's more relationship to come.
Yeah.
There's more relationship. There's
That's
more.
at the right time at the right
That's
moment.
called usloob.
Yeah,
That's called
style.
style.
Yeah.
That's called style. Okay.
It's a time and place for
You
everything.
say, well, you jump on me when I post my buttocks on Facebook. Of course I do.
Damn.
Because we already have that relationship set up. You know what I'm saying?
That's nasty, man.
You make Islam look bad, and I correct you.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a private conversation that we had.
Yeah.
It won't be the last conversation that we have. Inshallah ta'ala, Allahu alam. Inshallah ta'ala. Won't be the last one. And therefore, I'll use usloob, I'll use style to bring it up again to correct that type of thing.
Because you have to have the other person to receive it.
Yeah.
At that time, it was more like a business talk.
Yeah. That's what it was. It was not for me to jump and pounce upon that person, but it was for me to say,
Earn the trust.
to make a note of it,
Yeah.
and figure out what is the best way. Yeah. Now, what is my evidence for this? When Hassan and Hussein radiallahu anhuma saw a man, an older gentleman, a sheikh, not sheikh as in knowledge, sheikh as an old man, they saw him making wudu incorrectly. So Hassan and Hussein could have said, you're making wudu wrong. You know what I'm saying? You're making wudu wrong. This is the way you make it. They didn't do that. They said, how can we correct our sheikh? Okay? How can we correct our sheikh? Out of respect. Yeah, out of respect.
Yeah, respect the elders, yeah.
And this was a time when, I know they knew the man may be sincere. They may know him from the masjid or whatever. So what happened was they said, let us pretend that we are debating the correct wudu.
Smart.
Let us pretend. And we'll let him judge it. So they said, excuse me, Sheikh, me and my brother have a disagreement. Could you, and Muslims, we make peace between brothers. We come in and we, what do you call it? We sit in and we mediate between Muslims that are at odds. Mm-hmm. Whether it's violent or non-violent, we mediate, okay? It could be a relationship, we mediate. So what happened was he said that me and my brother have a disagreement. He's saying I ain't making wudu wrong, and I'm saying he's making wudu wrong. So Hassan Ra'lan, he went first, he made wudu, same sunnah. Hussein made the same wudu, same way. The old man said, I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. Now I've seen brothers from other lands, Africa and not other places. Brothers do the behind the ears and they do the nape of the neck. That's not sunnah, that's bid'ah. That's bid'ah. Brothers, instead of wiping over the top of the sock or the shoe, they go like scrub it. They go more than once. They like, because if you understand socks, once you wipe it, you really ain't got no more left. Why you wipe it twice? I understand. But anyway, so they'll do like this. Some brothers grab their whole sock and go like this. They go bottom and like the whole foot to the ankle. Sock. I'm like, this is a bid'ah.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, if it's a bid'ah muhtata, I don't know if it's the cursed one.
Yeah.
But it's not what Muhammad SAW did. So it's better for us to stick to what Muhammad SAW did and not to. And how these people get that? They get it from imitation.
Yeah.
It's from the imitation.
Yeah.
So this client knocking on the wood doesn't understand the dynamic of what she's doing, because she wouldn't do it if she understood the dynamic, right? So in the next meeting or conversation, I'm not going to tell you exactly how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it in a wise way. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a professional person. They are known to have academic intelligence. So therefore, you don't want to sour them on the dawah or the nasiha. What do you want to do? You want to use, like Hassan Hussein did, a certain way to make them reflect upon it themselves. So just to let you know what I'm going to do, I haven't figured out totally, but I'll figure it out. I'm not going to use the knock on wood. I'm going to use something else. I'm going to use something else equivalent and say, we often, start to imitate, the urf,
culture, yeah.
the urf or the whatever, the customs of, the Madaniya of the civilization. We start to imitate them, and a lot of their Madaniya comes from their hadara, from their viewpoint of life. So therefore, we need to make sure we are consistent with our viewpoint of life, although we are not trying to like just totally oppose everything, whether halal or haram. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's something that we're going to do. We're going to visit this subject, inshallah ta'ala, again. But like I said, it's one of those situations, and it's crazy. I mean,
you haven't come to Bangladesh, man. We had a lot of shirk stuff there too.
Well, what they said that Abdurrahman Green, he said
in Pakistan,
he said the Durga.
Yeah.
He said his brother said, brother, why don't you mention something? Why you never say anything good about Pakistan? He said, no, he said Pakistan ruling by Islam. He said, what? What do you mean? Like, he went off. He said, what do you mean Pakistan ruled by Islam?
Yeah.
Man, they have in every block they has a place on the corner called the Durga. You know what the Durga? It's the witchcraft. This is that. He started going off like he's like the Pakistan brother, like let me sit back down.
Yeah, in Bangladesh, I saw
Crazy.
this alim, passed away. Very big alim passed away. So the community, they put him in a big like a big cemetery, like style, like the tombstone, whatnot. And guess what they put on the top? Fan.
Keep him cool.
Yeah. Like, why there's a fan?
You don't want him hot, man. But it's the same thing when me and my wife was walking around in Morocco.
Yeah.
And we went, she like taking me through the souk, and it's through the old part of Morocco. I mean, it's old, bro.
Old and amazing.
It's like the souk and the apartments are together.
Yeah, it's amazing though. It's old and amazing.
Yeah. Oh,
history.
It's nice, man. Yeah. Nice. And it's some of the oldest masajid on earth.
Yeah, amazing.
All part of the souk, all part of the community. It's not separate. It's not big masjid. It's part of everything.
Even when I went to Turkey,
the masajid are in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
They're not like separate. They're in the neighborhood.
It's amazing. Even when I went to Turkey, it was the same thing. But I saw a lot of shirk too in the masajid. When you go to the qabr, the cemeteries of ulama, you can see how people like trying to like do tawassul and all that kind of stuff.
But check it out though. So she takes me, and like I said, I'm a guest.
Yeah.
It's not my place, right? So we go into this place and we just sit down toward the back wall, and we're sitting there. And I look up, and it's like a shrine, like a almost like a room.
Yeah, it's
like a room.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, it's draped, like the Kaaba would be draped.
Yeah.
It's draped, and there's a guy, like a couple of guys in front of it, like selling flowers. They're passing out people give them money, they give them a flower. And they put the flower on the thing, and I'm like, my wife, she's just sitting back, and she's looking at me, and I'm looking at her, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this? She says, you tell me it's a qabr. I'm like, man, I'm from America, but I ain't no Negro. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, that's qabr. And I'm like, what? It's a sheikh, Sheikh Kabir, And I'm like, what? And they put, I said, oh, no, we're not, no. La,
Let's get out.
Let's go. Yalla, let's go. Yeah. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Quick. And back then I could walk fast. I like, yeah, I got up out of it. I said, no, we're not doing it. I say, shirk.
Yeah.
No.
Subhanallah.
Shirk. I'm not doing that.
Allah understand. Yeah.
So I mean, you know, I mean, and it's the same during the time when what's his name? The Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab. You know what I'm saying? Same during his time. They saw stuff like that.
Yeah.
People making even sex on the graves of the Sahaba. You know, making Jama'ah on the graves of the Sahaba, trying to have a righteous child. People doing some crazy stuff. You don't kill them.
Yeah.
They're Muslims. You don't kill them. Well, they're doing shirk. All the shirk you do on Facebook, I should kill you. How about that? I'm saying? For real.
Yeah.
Let's vote. Let's get out and vote. That's shirk. Allah's a legislator.
Yeah.
So you're going to elect another legislator? You should be killed. I'm saying? Kill yourself, matter of fact. Save me some bullets. Anyway, but this is the point, though. So this is happening. These people need to be deterred.
Yeah.
But guess what? The same with during the time of Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, people were buying food for their families, part of the economic system of you pay for a flower to put on the grave. These people were designated to do these certain things. So you have to accommodate them economically. Say, look, I understand this is how your tribe make money. People making Hajj to visit this particular grave, and your tribe makes money like this, or your family makes money like this. But we're going to give you an alternative way to make money because this is not from the deen.
Yeah.
That's how you approach Muslims softly.
Yeah.
They killed them, bruh. They slaughtered them
Bro,
wholesale.
Read the whole book about it. You know,
They slaughtered these Muslims wholesale. They say, well, they weren't good Muslims. Same excuse they use for Muslims in Bosnia. Same excuse. Yeah. But for Afghanistan, for some particular reason, not American, don't think, not American, but some particular reason, these people were worthy of defending. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
Yeah.
So
Okay. That's it.
So I guess that's it.
That's it for the day. That's shaking our Muslim head.
So
for the,
El Muslims that are traditional,
yeah,
that keep adopting from the
Foreign
customs,
ideas, foreign
foreign
customs.
ideas from Islam.
Yeah.
You people need to really embrace Islam. Stop thinking that you know Islam. And last example I'll give real quick. I'm inside a convenience store.
I know the story.
I'm paying for gas. Yeah. I see lottery. I see El Bork. The Bork is really minor, all right? That's really minor, okay? It's the lottery is major. You say, pork man, don't eat it. Okay? Don't eat it. Yeah.
Some other Borno.
Yeah, the Borno. It's nice. It's a nice. But anyway, so you got the Borno, you got the Bork, then you got the lottery, and you have the Khamr. Alcohol, okay? You got all of that. And you have drug paraphernalia. Don't forget that in the little...
and they have a sign on the top that says, Hada min fadl Rabbi. This is by the grace of Allah.
Yeah.
On the top.
Yeah, because I mean, how else you gonna...
They probably also play Ahmad Didat on the background.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen those.
So anyway, so I go in, and the guy is from something stand, you know. something stand.
Yeah.
So he says, I said, Hal anta Muslim? He said, Naam. I said, Assalamu alaikum. He said, Wa alaikum salam. He said, are you Muslim? I said, yes, alhamdulillah. He says, I am Muslim. I know everything about Islam. First thing he tells me. He tells me first thing, he knows everything about Islam. You know?
Yeah.
Everything about, like, how do you know everything about Islam and you don't know about pork, Borno, lottery, alcohol, and drug paraphernalia behind the plexiglass that you're selling? Nevertheless, traditional Muslims, for you today, we are shaking our Muslim head. That's it.
That's it for now. What's going to be next week or tomorrow? What's the topic tomorrow for your...
It's 1 million enemies. Talk about how it is perfectly fine and feasible to live with 1 million enemies outside of your home, but you can't live with one inside. Not even one inside. And love through fear. No, the threat, the threat of love. So I'll change it. The threat of love. The threat of love. How love it's a threat. Love became a threat. The threat of love, inshallah. We'll talk about that.
Okay, that's it. We have Amir says salam to us. Thank you for the salam.
Walaikum salam wa
Don't
rahmatullahi
forget to share this
Inshallah.
so others can learn from it, inshallah. And if you all have any
Share.
points, comments, feel free to leave us your thought. Or
Inshallah.
thoughts. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum. See you all later.